What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about being careful where you get your advice from on this game. I have been doing a little bit of research the past couple of days to see what other people are kind of telling you guys and stuff, because I see a lot of people saying things like the VU tower is a waste of money, or to buy the nanotech factories, or just crazy stuff that it's not true. And I'm like, where are these people getting this knowledge from? And then I start to do a little bit of research, and I look up some YouTube videos, and I type into some websites, and I see just the most worst advice ever. Okay, so please be careful who you're listening to. Give me just a second here. Okay, that being said, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about this. Now, I came across this website just a little bit ago, and in here he says, VU tower is a complete waste of money. That's not true. The VU tower is expensive, but it is not a waste of money. You absolutely need it. You don't necessarily need to upgrade it right away. You know, you can work at your own pace, but if you are playing the game correctly and you're running your production correctly, then it is a much needed aspect of the game. You cannot just ignore your VU tower and expect to be successful. And the reason that I say this, and a lot of people don't realize just how important the VU tower is. Because if you scroll down to his next tip, he says, start your cargo shipment as soon as possible to obtain keys to unlock entertainment. Okay, so keys are important, but he doesn't want you to upgrade your VU tower. He wants you to do the shipments. And if any of you have been playing, you know that you only get one key per shipment. And the shipment comes in every 18 hours. So that's a ridiculous joke, especially when you need 28 gold keys to buy one Ferris wheel. Now, if you upgrade your VU tower, the first one, the Meteor Strike, at a 3-star level, gives you 4 damage. It costs 4 random VU items to launch it, and you get 3 keys when you repair disasters, and then 1 disaster will be worth 500 coins. The last one, the robot one, I believe that one costs 9 or 11 VU items to launch, but it gives you 7 disasters and 7 gold keys in return each time you launch it. If you want to be successful and have epics, in order to have epic buildings, you have to unlock the specialization categories. In order to get decent epic pointers, you know, the buildings are going to ask you for items. You need to buy buildings that are worth 3 points apiece. When you do that, you need to be able to purchase those buildings, and almost all of them cost gold keys. You will not be able to afford to buy very many of them if you are solely depending on shipments for gold keys. So don't go broke buying your VU tower. Get it as you can, but it is absolutely essential to your gameplay. That being said, do not do cargo shipments unless you have an assignment for comm. Cargo shipments are a ripoff. If you're not building you have London, Paris, Tokyo. If you are not building those homes, if they are not important to you, if you don't like those types of residential buildings, do not do the flights. Most of the time, yes, they pay you some coins for the items that you're giving, but they're a ripoff. They are taking more than they're giving. They might give you, you know, obviously they're giving you an airport item that you can sell, but most of the time they cost more than they give. So don't do those unless you have to for contest of mayors. And in this one, it says education multipliers are slightly better than transportation multipliers. I don't know about all that. Each category has its own population boosts. Each category has 3-pointers as far as epic buildings go. Now, there are categories that have a bigger variety, like landmarks. They have a larger variety of 3-pointer buildings than, let's say, transportation. But if you buy the same damn building, you can benefit. Like if you're doing mountain, you buy the observatory for 14 keys and you get 3 points. So you're just going to cover the entire mountain with that. And that way, when you do your epics, you have each and every one of those 3-pointers. Then you can put them in storage and you can place out what looks pretty at a later time. You have to think about the fundamentals of your city and the prettiness of your city. Okay, so there might be times where I rearrange my map based off when I do my epics. I'll put all my 2s and 1s, my 1s and 2-pointers, I'll put them in storage during the time I do my epics, and then I'll place them back out when I'm done with my epic challenge. That way they're not there to hinder my progress. If you can, okay, he says here, if you can, save money for the expensive services. All right, this is the other issue that people run into. As they upgrade homes, they upgrade pop. And as they upgrade pop, they need services. Do not spend a lot of money on services right away, okay? Yes, the happiness level is important in your city, but the taxes that you're receiving, you should not be depending on taxes to fund your city. That being said, it is not going to kill you to have them unhappy for a short period of time. That way you don't spend a ton of money. If you are spending a ton of money on power, water, sewer, garbage, every time you up your pop, every time you place out a park, you're upping your population. When you do that, you have to increase your services. Now, you haven't unlocked Omega services if you are below level 30. That being said, the Omega services are something that you are going to want to invest in when you unlock them. So you're going to be bulldozing all of your main services. Okay, so don't buy a ton of the super expensive ones, but don't buy the super cheap ones either. Just get what you need to get by. Keep your population low until you're ready to progress. Don't worry about population being super high, because the taxes are not super important, and the taxes are not just based off population. They go based off of your level and population and can't remember what else, but yes, they go based off your level. Okay, so I do have a video on that. I go into better detail. I don't want to clog up the video talking about one specific topic. I just want to kind of get through this here. So once you convert your homes into epics, the demand is actually going to drop. If you've seen my other videos, you know that if you click on the residential building, it will say in your menu, it will say service demand, high, low, medium. That means that if you pick that category of home, the service demand will be lower if it says low and higher if it says high. All right, tax rates don't increase in direct correlation with population size. Yes, this is true. While we strive to get as many citizens we can, you will slowly realize that the amount of taxes collected increases only a small amount, almost negligible amount as blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to skip over that. All right, make sure to always have money to upgrade roads. This is a bad tip, okay? Do not do road upgrades. Don't do it. Unless you are sure that that road is permanent, there is no point in doing that road upgrade. Because what happens is there are so many. I think there's like 10 upgrades, different types. So every time you upgrade the population on that stretch of road, it's going to want you to pay to increase the size of the road. And it will go all the way up to Omega roads, which you need neocoins to to buy the Omega roads. So what ends up happening is people have a huge part of their map unlocked, and they have service areas. Like, let's say that you have health, fire, police across a huge part of your map, but for whatever reason, you've grouped all these homes into one small little area. And because of doing that, the road is constantly bitching at you to increase the to upgrade the road. What you can do to avoid this is you can pick up anything that's on that stretch of road, whether it be a tree, a park, a house, whatever. Pick it up, move it, place it down, and the exclamation mark will go away. If you want to put it back, you can, and it will keep it off for several minutes. However, it will come back again. Now, if you want to waste money and do 1 or 2 road upgrades because you know it's going to be there for some time, it might not be permanent, but it's going to be there for quite some time, that's fine. But if you choose to continue to increase the roads, you're going to find that when you bulldoze them, that you only get half your money back, and you're going to lose a lot of money doing that. So if you can, keep the roads, don't keep them too short, but don't keep them too long. You want them somewhere in the middle. Or what you can do is you can zigzag your roads and make one really long road that goes back and forth, and then it won't require an upgrade. But I have a video on road upgrades, better explains it, because I don't want to get stuck on this. But don't upgrade roads very often, okay? It's just not a good idea. If you know the road is permanent, then yes, do it. Upgrade it, because you're going to need to eventually. Now, let's see what else. Okay, so a lot of people commented down here, and they say things like, you need the VU tower, things that I'm saying as well. There's another website that I want to show you guys, and I'm going to pause the video until I can find it. Give me just a sec here. Okay, you guys, so the other one that I saw was a video, and I don't want to badmouth that person's, smear their name in any way or anything, but I had watched their video, and they had given a lot of bad advice as far as how to do contest and mayor's assignments. I did talk about this in one of my other videos, but basically, I've been playing this game 4 years. I've made a lot of my own mistakes, and I've had to pay for them greatly. I am trying to help you guys in any way that I can from making the same mistakes that I did. And the level of knowledge that I'm giving you guys is priceless, okay? I mean, you guys really can. If you follow everything that I say, you guys can be really successful. You don't have to spend any real money if you follow what I say. And I would hate to see you guys get bad advice and not realize why something has occurred in, like why you screwed up or how you screwed up or what have you. So if you've watched other people's videos or you've done research online and you're confused on why something they said is right or wrong, or you have questions like maybe, oh, I heard this, and this. Is this true? Is this beneficial? I am more than happy to answer those questions for you guys. But basically, take what you hear from other people playing the game as a grain of salt, because now I'm not saying all their advice is wrong. I'm not saying that at all. And I have not seen everybody's videos. I'm not specifically going to target one person and say, okay, all of her videos are terrible. I'm not going to say that. I haven't seen all of her videos, but from what I've seen, I'm not impressed with the advice that they're giving. And I don't think that they're giving it intentionally to cause you to fail. I don't think that. I think that they are just, they're misinformed, and they don't realize that their advice is bad. Okay. Now, the reason that, like, if someone's sitting here saying that epics are a waste of money, they're not. Okay. And I can explain all day long why they're not. And I've done so on my video. If someone's saying that, you know, the VU tower is a waste of money and not to do it, I can give you a list of reasons as to why that's BS. This goes for contest of mayors. This goes for pretty much any topic that I've ever discussed on my channel. If you guys have questions on any topic that I've covered or a topic that I haven't covered, because I've tried to cover them all, please put it in the comments below. I really do try as hard as I can to get back to each and every one of you. And if I can't answer your questions in the comments very easily, like typing it out, I will make a video to help you guys. And basically, even if it's something you think that I've covered, maybe I didn't explain it in a way that you guys could understand, I'm willing to re-explain anything that I've already explained. But if seriously though, give me some feedback and just be careful what advice you guys listen to, and kind of do some, you know, do some research and see for yourself what works best for you as far as, you know, making coins and where you should be at, you know, because not everybody plays the game for the same reasons. Okay, you might just play the game for the war aspect alone, and in that case, certain aspects of the game aren't going to be as important to you. For example, you don't need anything as far as looks wise because you don't care, you're playing war, or you don't need to unlock regional maps because you're playing war. The VU tower would be beneficial for war players because they'll need to unlock keys in order to upgrade their war cards. So yeah, the VU tower is something that they're going to want. The airport they don't need if they're just a war city. So it really just depends on what it is you want from your gameplay. Now, if you're somebody who cares what your city looks like and you want to make a beautiful city, then you're going to need to do every aspect of the game. Even if you don't like Omega, you got to dabble with Omega a little bit because you're going to need these resources over here. Now, I could not have dabbled with the Omega, and do you know what would happen? I would have a huge chunk of my map taken up with a ton of power and water and sewer. I'm going to show you guys something. It's crazy. All right. Hurry up, you stupid game. This is my sunny map, as you can tell. And this one, I think. All right, we're at 1.7 million population, which is less than my capital. My capital sits at 2 million. No, sorry. My capital, what the hell is my capital? I don't know. Anyway, I'll deal with that in a minute. I think it's at 2 million. But see how much of my map is taken for resources here? That's a huge chunk versus what you see in my capital. Now, the service demand over here, let's see, is at 395. So my capacity is at 415 over here. Now, if I go back and show you guys my capital, yeah, 2.2 million. So just a little more there. My service demand is only 143 because I have epics, but I have a 500 capacity. And I've only taken up these couple slots here, and then I had to put some here. Now, because these are Omega power plants and stuff, they do not cause a pollution square to be on the ground. Therefore, the people will not complain if it's next to homes, which is great. I'm very limited to the space on my map, so anytime that I can utilize space, it is great for me. The Maxis Manors have saved me a ton of space, and I really wish I could have a fourth, because I would actually put one. If I had my fourth one, I would put one probably in this area here, or probably maybe this area over here, just because I wouldn't mind having some mountain epics kind of lining my water here would be nice. But getting coverage on this half of my map is is not easy. And if I was to have to use health, fire, police, it would take up too much of my map and it would make it look ugly. The reason that my city looks, pretty is because I don't have that huge chunk being taken up with fire, health, police, and services. So basically, if you are looking to do a pretty city and you want to utilize that space, you're going to definitely have to dabble with the Omega. If you want an Omega city, that's a whole nother ballpark, okay? You're going to be doing all different stuff. So it really just depends on what it is that you want out of your city, and that is something that you guys should try to decide early on. That way you have a game plan as to what it is that you want to do, when you want to complete it, and that way you don't level up too quickly before you have done so. So don't just take one person's advice and say, okay, yeah, he said not to upgrade the VU tower, so I'm not gonna. Well, okay, no. Step back and say, okay, I want to be I'm going to do just war. So I need my VU tower so that I can get war cards. Or I want to make my city look pretty. So I'm going to need keys to buy those pretty buildings. Or I want to be able to have a lot of epics. So you're going to need keys to buy those specialization buildings so that you can do epics. So basically just kind of step back, take a look at everything, analyze everything, and try to get an idea of what it is that you want. And if you want a lot of water, if you want a lot of trees, don't buy them right away. Wait until you can afford them. Yeah, it might be beneficial to buy a few here and there and put them in storage, but make sure that you purchased all of your store slots first. Don't start worrying about what your city looks like until you have at least gotten max land, max storage, and upgraded all of your shops. Okay? Then you can start to consider what your city looks like. You want to get the basic fundamentals. You want to get that airport unlocked, because even though what's going to happen is you're going to get to level 18. You're going to unlock the groups. You're going to unlock contest of mayors. And it's going to give you airport assignments, whether you have that airport unlocked or not. So if you're unable to do those high point assignments and you have to start and cancel them, it's going to hurt you greatly. The airport, I believe, takes like 48 hours to build after you purchase it. So you are going to want to build the airport. And I know, you might be like, oh, well, I'm going to unlock airport items. Well, yeah, you're going to unlock the airport rares, but they really don't mess with the algorithm of the game very much because they really don't flood global. So you're really not hurting yourself by unlocking that airport. If anything, it's more of an added benefit because of those high point tasks. So just keep that in mind, and I'm going to go ahead and get this video out there. I hope I've helped you guys. Hit that like and subscribe button and check out to see if I put up any more today.